Hey, what's up? I'm Ashley. Thank you for watching this video. And today we're going to be talking about Cruel Summer Season 2, Episode 1. And let's start off with just a quick description for Season 2. So in the summer of 1999, small-town computer genius Megan resents the arrival of outgoing and mysterious foreign exchange student Isabella, whose parents are diplomats. But little does she know how her life would change by the summer of 2000. Also, this season has 3 timelines: summer of 1999, winter of 1999, and summer of 2000. And we're going to start things off with the summer of 1999 timeline. And for this timeline, they were just pretty much setting us up for the rest of the season. So we see Megan and her mom, Debbie, and Megan is upset and wants to know, why does this foreign exchange student have to live with them? And her mom is saying it's because she could never afford to take her and her sister around the world to travel, so she's just going to bring the world to them. Since Isabella has lived in multiple parts of the world, but no, Mom, stop playing, because that don't make no sense. Just go ahead and say, we broke, we need some money. I want some money. That's why you getting a foreign exchange student over here. Then we meet Lucas, and Lucas is Megan's best friend, who Megan has a secret crush on. And you can tell. It's real obvious. And Lucas's dad, Steve, owns most of the properties in this small town, and he's also dating Megan's mom. But when we first see Lucas, all we really get is Megan complaining to him about Isabella coming to live with them. But he was trying to get her to go on this boat with him, but she was like, nah, I can't. I gotta go home because the foreign exchange student is on his way. So when Megan gets back home, she sees that her mom has bought these flowers, and she was like, ugh. How much did that cost? Her mom's like, chill out. I'm just trying to do something nice for Isabella. But Megan didn't want to hear all that. So as they're doing this whole back and forth thing, Isabella pulls up. Isabella was being all extra nice. She got everybody a gift. She got Megan a book called Grave Questions because she likes mysteries. And what a coincidence, because this whole season is about a mystery. And Megan still had her nose turned up at her and that book. If I was Isabella, I'm taking it back. Megan started snooping through Isabella's stuff, and Isabella called her. She was like, what you doing in here? You looking through my stuff? And Megan got all scared and quiet. She's like, I'm sorry. No. Sorry, not good enough. You wasn't even talking to me, but you got the audacity to be snooping through my stuff? But after Megan apologized and walked out, the look on Isabella's face looked a little suspicious, like she was hiding something. All Megan was doing was complaining. She was telling her mom, well, I'm not changing my routine for her. I have a lot of things to do. Her mom's like, well, just bring her along with you. So that's what she had to do. What I found interesting was when Megan went to go pick up her paycheck and her boss told her that she's not going to have weekend shifts. She's going to be working on the weekdays. And Megan's like, well, you're giving me the bad shifts because I don't flirt with you. The other girl does. And he was basically like, suck it up then. I'm not changing it. And when Isabella was hearing this conversation, the look on her face looked a little bit concerning, like she was gonna do something about it or something. But they showed us her reaction for a reason. For some reason, I'm feeling a little suspicious with Isabella. She was telling Megan that the reason why she picked this small town to live in is because she's never really spent a lot of time in the US, and she thought that her mother's letter was lovely. Okay, I think that's half the truth, but what's the other part of the truth? But we find out that Megan wants to go to the University of Washington so she can be a computer science major. Isabella's like, I've never been into school like that. I'm more of a student of life. Me too, girl. Me too. So Megan introduces Isabella to Lucas, and you can tell that Isabella is feeling Lucas, and Lucas is feeling her too. And Megan is feeling a little threatened by this because, you know, she got a little secret crush on Lucas. But Isabella did meet the rest of Megan's friends, but off jump, I'm suspicious of homeboy right here with this video camera. I got my eye on him. But later that night, Isabella was hanging out with Megan and her friends at the lake where they were all drinking, but we found out that Megan doesn't drink. Now, when I see her drinking later on, I'm going to say, now, girl, I thought you said you didn't drink. But at the lake, Lucas was telling Megan how great he thought Isabella was, and then Isabella went up to Megan to double check if her and Lucas was a thing or not, and Megan was like, no, we're not a thing. But she was dying inside when Isabella went over there and they started flirting with each other after she told her that she didn't have a thing for Lucas. But now sometimes I was asking myself, is Megan looking at Lucas or is she really looking at Isabella? Because I was kind of picking up something. But that was summer of 1999, and now we're going to move on to winter of 1999. And in this timeline, Isabella and Megan are now best friends. It's a whole 360. I don't know what happened, but something happened. And they're not telling us how it happened yet, but we see Isabella coming in the house and giving Megan her mail, and it's her acceptance letter to the University of Washington, the school that she's been wanting to go to, for the class of 2004, and she gets the scholarship that she's been wanting to. And we also find out that Megan and Lucas are now dating, and I'm like, how'd that happen? And even though we saw that Lucas and Isabella had a thing for each other, they weren't dating, but Lucas and Megan were. So I'm like, what's going on? They skipped a whole bunch of stuff, and we're not going to be able to find this out until like future episodes. So we see Megan and Isabella talking about Lucas's dad's Christmas party. Megan was asking Isabella, can she wear her dress? And Isabella's like you even have to ask. How did y'all become best friends? And I don't know why, but Megan had this bright idea to jump off of a cliff into the lake, and Isabella followed right behind her. Even though Isabella didn't look like she wanted to do it, she still did it anyway. They took off their clothes before they jumped in. Isabella was like, it's cold though. And Megan was like, so what? That's the best part. So what? And they jump in talking about ride or die. This is exactly what our mamas be talking about when they ask us, if your friends jump off of a cliff, you gonna jump too? We all know Megan and Isabella's answer, but mine is no. I'ma still be up there. I'ma have the phone ready, 911 on speed dial, just in case I gotta call them. Now this part I think is an important part, and I feel like it's gonna get brought up later. So Megan and Lucas were in the cabin making out, and while they were making out, somebody started shooting in the air. So they go outside like some dummies to see who's shooting in the air. Why are you doing that? You need to duck. So they go outside, they see this man shooting in the air with this shotgun. Lucas goes back inside, but Megan stands there and keeps staring at him. So I feel like this shotgun and this man is going to get brought up again sometime soon. Now we get to the Christmas party, and there go suspicious homeboy again right there. Why he looking like that? If that don't look suspicious to you, then what do? And again, who is Megan looking at? Is she looking at Lucas, or is she really looking at Isabella? Maybe she's a little jealous of Lucas's and Isabella's relationship, but nah, she's probably just checking out Isabella. I don't know. So Lucas's dad, Steve, is like, I'm going to put on a Christmas movie. And he's like, put it on. So when they put it on, it's not a Christmas movie. It's a sex tape of Lucas and supposedly Isabella. So everybody is shook. They don't know what's going on. Everybody is looking at Isabella like she's some kind of a hoe. Megan runs out of the party all dramatic. She's crying. She's hysterical. And she thinks that her best friend and her boyfriend hooked up. Now we're in the summer of 2000, and Megan has gone completely goth. Hair is gelled back. She is looking like a whole delinquent. And while she's on the computer, probably hacking into something, she notices that the police is at her house, so she leaves out the window. We see her going inside of this abandoned building, and she's yelling at this guy saying, who did you tell? What did you say? Because the police is asking questions now, and the guy is swearing that he didn't tell anybody anything. And she's like, well, it's going to be double now. And I don't know what this girl got going on, but she exchanged this floppy disk for some cash with that guy. And she left and went to the pharmacy to pick up her mom's medicine. But before she gets there, she stops to look at this missing person sign. And I'm like, who's missing? Which one of y'all missing? Then Megan's friend walks up and says none of this would have happened if she would have never came to town, trying to play us and have us think that it's maybe Isabella. But Megan just moves on and she goes to the pharmacy. And while she was standing in line at the pharmacy, she overheard people talking about how the police found someone's body at the lake. So she rushes out of there and goes to the cabin and starts scrubbing the blood that's on the floor. And I'm like, girl, you left that blood there the whole time? You want to get caught, huh? But one important thing to point out is that before she got inside of the cabin to start scrubbing the floor, she dropped an ID with Isabella's picture on it, but the ID didn't say Isabella. It said Pat Highsmith. Now, who is that? So Megan finally gets to the scene where they pulled the body out of the lake, and we find out that it's Lucas. And I'm glad they didn't drag this out. But what's interesting to me is his dad's reaction, because he's not reacting enough to me. He should be falling all out on the ground, screaming yelling and hollering, but it doesn't look like he's surprised that is his son Lucas. Then we see Isabella pop up. She looks at Megan and says, "We have to get our story straight." So which one of them do y'all think killed Lucas? Was it an accident? Was this on purpose? Was this a whole triangle love affair? Maybe neither one of them did this to him. Maybe Lucas did it to himself. I don't know, but y'all let me know your theories in the comments so we can talk about it. And if you haven't already and want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.